YouTubers and Star Wars fans out there, I know I haven't made a video in a long time, and we'll be making more videos now. One of the reasons is that I'm going to a new school. It's kind of far away from my home, so I've been pretty busy. But now I will start making more Star Wars videos, and I wanted to start off these new videos by talking about Star Wars Battlefront. And the reason I want to talk about Star Wars Battlefront is that there's a lot of different ideas people have for Star Wars Battlefront and what they could do to make the new game better. And I just wanted to talk about kind of what I thought needs to be done, what stuff needs to be changed about Star Wars Battlefront, what needs to stay the same, which is the topic of this video. I will be posting other Star Wars Battlefront videos that, ideas that I come up with and stuff, and things that I think make the game better. So I'm basically just going to talk about kind of the main parts of Star Wars Battlefront that I think should stay the same, and the other parts that I think should change, to make it more, current, to make it, because it is a pretty dated first-person shooter. The first thing that I want to talk about is game modes, and there'll definitely be new game modes. There won't just be capture the flag, hunt, which is, basically like predator prey kind of thing, like Hoth. There would be Wampas versus humans, if you know what that is. It's only in the second one, so if you've only played the first Battlefront, you won't know what that is. And then, Assault, which is with all the different heroes coming together and clashing in a team deathmatch kind of thing. And then Conquest, which is like the classic Star Wars Battlefront mode. There will definitely be more than that, but I kind of want to talk about kind of like what new modes should be in there and how they should do it. And for sure, I believe strongly that the Conquest, the original mode, should definitely be in there. And I know that they're calling it a reboot, but the classic mode needs to be in there because all the fans from Star Wars Battlefront will not like that. I know because I'm a Star Wars Battlefront fan. All the Star Wars Battlefront fans will want to have the classic mode. If they're trying to just appease Battlefield players, but that's just ridiculous. But yeah, if they want Battlefront players, which is going to be their main source of people, they need to have the classic mode. So they better have the classic mode. But talking about other modes that there should be, one thing that I think is that there should not just be a team deathmatch. And I think one of the reasons is that there's just too much a team deathmatch. I mean, it's one of those things, they could, I don't know. The thing is that most people want to play that, and to be quite honest with you, I don't want too many people to play that. Like, all the Battlefield fans will probably play that and everything. I don't really like that. I hope they don't have a team deathmatch. I don't think they will. I mean, they may. I really don't know much about Battlefield. I don't know if they do have a team deathmatch mode or not, but if they do, I hope they do not implement it in Star Wars Battlefront. But other than that, I'm trying to think of other possible game modes they have. I mean, we could have King of the Hill and other things like that. But to be quite honest with you, we'll see how it goes. But they definitely need to keep Conquest in there, and I don't think that they should keep Team Deathmatch. Also, because I really don't know. I'm trying to still think of ideas. If you could leave your comments below and talk about kind of your ideas, that'd be very helpful. Because I still don't know, and we'll see what they do. But I just wanted to say that they definitely need to keep the old mode, and to be quite honest, they don't really need all the team deathmatch. Now that I think about it, the one thing that I do want to talk about is the zombies mode. Now, I've heard other people kind of talk about a zombies mode, like with the Rackles, in Star Wars Knights of the Republic and stuff like that, and like Star Wars Dead Troopers, which was a book. It wasn't really, it wasn't canon or anything, but people were talking about a Star Wars zombie mode. And to be quite honest with you, I don't know about that. Quite honest with you, it seems like too many games just have a zombies mode just stuck right on it, like zombies mode, like they're checking off a checklist or something like that. Or they need to have it on there, like, oh, we need to have zombies on here because every other first-person shooter is zombies. To be quite honest with you, the only way I'd want it like kind of like a zombie, zombie-like mode is that if they, make it innovative and not the same. Okay, there's a group of zombies, and there's survivors, and if, a survivor dies by a zombie, then they turn into a zombie. If they just have that, I would not want it. It'd just be kind of a waste. And I'd rather them focus on other things than zombie mode. But if they do it, they definitely need to do Rackle disease, because that's like the only thing that's canon that's like a zombie disease. So they shouldn't do like anything like Dead Troopers related where there's just plain old zombies. They need to have Rackles. And it'd be cool if they actually made it look like Rackles. I think that'd be very cool as well. So yeah, zombie mode, I don't know about that. Depends on how they do it. If they just like a regular zombie mode, rather than put their time and budget into other things, to be quite honest with you, and just, it's one of those things, like, do we really need another zombies mode? Unless they find a way, and, you know, I've been thinking about it, like, if they find a way to make the zombies mode cool and new and refreshing, I'd be okay with that, but, nah, overall, I'd say no zombies mode. It doesn't really need to be added. But that's just my say, you know, they may add it in there or not, I have no idea. But, I think they should put their time into other things. Especially if it's going to take a huge amount of time, which it probably wouldn't, but I think they need to focus on other things. So that's all about, I think, game modes that I have so far. I will try to do another video on that. And once, you know, if I come with more ideas. But I've been kind of thinking about it a lot and trying to think, but you know, quite honestly, I don't know yet. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, they definitely need classic mode. And to be quite honest, they really don't need the deathmatch. And in a lot of ways, I don't want the game modes to be like other FPSs. You know, the usual team deathmatch or kill confirmed or something like that. You know, you collect the dog tag kind of thing. That's just, I don't like that. It's just not cool. It's not refreshing at all. It's just the same old, same old. So I say, like, you know, keep conquest, but don't put all the average FPS stuff in there. They need to be innovative. So that's all I have to say about game modes. The next topic I want to talk about is dynamic maps, because you know, dice with Battlefield, dynamic maps is a huge thing. Destructible maps, you could just destroy anything that you want to, and you know, to be quite honest, destructible maps need to be in Star Wars Battlefront. I think it's a huge part of it. They need to be in there. You know, have different scenarios going on. And I actually saw one YouTube video. It's Cyber Ace Gaming. He's a really good channel. You should check him out. But he was talking about different maps and different stuff that could happen, and he was talking about like a sandstorm on Tatooine or like a snowstorm on Hoth. And I was thinking of an idea where you have like it's like a, you know, regular conquest, but you have the sandstorm coming all around you, and it slowly just gets closer and closer, and it kind of makes the map smaller. You know, making the people get like closer and closer to making it more likely for them to attack each other. And it could also help with like standstills in the games. So like, you know, you have all of your different capture points, and there's this one in the center, so it just keeps on coming and coming and coming. And you know, it would help with standstills and stuff like that. Like if there's any like, you know, they're just tied. It's like the entire time. It's just back and forth, and it's taking too long. You could shorten that by making it smaller and smaller, so, you know, it could help with that. And I think it would be a cool idea. And, you know, the same thing with Hoth as well. But yeah, I think dynamic maps need to be a huge part of Star Wars, and it helps it progress forward and make it unique, you know, original. And I think there should be different weather, but just besides something like that, just like in general, Tatooine, there should be like a sandstorm occasionally, making it harder to snipe and stuff like that, and I think that would help as well. So, and you know, Kashyyyk could rain, Kamino, it could rain a lot and create different situations, and just stuff like that. I will talk more about dynamic maps and kind of the ideas I have in another video, but, that's kind of, yeah, so I will be talking about a little bit more, but yeah, there definitely needs to be dynamic maps in Star Wars Battlefront. That is a huge yes. Destructible too, all of it. It just helps make the game more unique. It makes it, you know, unique, and it doesn't feel like it's the same thing, and it kind of feels refreshing every time. It's not just the same map, okay. And you know, they could do it in a way that it kind of changes a little bit too, like your starting points, or where your capture points are at. It could be in different locations. There could be like tons of combinations of locations where your capture points could be, kind of making it all unique too, making it not always the same, kind of like the maps in you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2 and 1. It's just all the same. You knew what you were doing, and it kind of helps in a way by making so that even if you're a new player, you know, like you're just the same as an experienced player, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't. I mean, different stuff can happen, and so that both an experienced player and you know, a newbie basically will be the same, and they, you know, one will have an advantage over the other because they know the map. If the maps change and switch around a little bit, then it makes a new combination and just keeps it really refreshing. So it should definitely have dynamic maps, destructible maps, kind of change around with the weather, be unique. I think that is a huge yes, and I think it would really help the game. The last topic that I want to talk about in this video is custom classes. And as you know, custom classes is just the thing for FPSs nowadays. And Star Wars Battlefront doesn't have them because it's an older FPS. And, there's been a lot of debate, like, should Star Wars Battlefront have custom classes? And, I was thinking about it, and I saw this one channel, Cyber Gaming, as I talked about earlier, and he was talking about kind of talking about it, and I kind of understood him. Like, he was talking about how it depends on what kind of customized weapon you have, then more your skill. And I saw that, and I understood that. And one of the things huge that most people find out in games that have custom classes is that there's always one customizable loadout that's just way better than the others. That just dominates the game, and that's just completely unfair, and everybody needs to have it. And that's the big reason that I don't want custom classes in Star Wars Battlefront 3. It's Star Wars Battlefront. I guess it's just called Star Wars Battlefront right now. Called Star Wars Battlefront 3. Because it's one of those things that the system can easily be broken. It's been apparent in a lot of games. No game is perfect with that. There's always one that's just overpowered than the other, and especially if this weapon or loadout comes in the later the game, then that means that the more experienced players have way more advantage over the newer players, which just completely unbalances the system. So I think that custom classes should not be in Star Wars Battlefront. It could be an option, which was also in Cyber Gaming's video, which, again, you should check him out. He has a lot of Star Wars content. He was talking about that it could be an option. I thought the same thing. Like, there should be options to have custom classes, but it should not be all of it. Allow it so that you don't have custom classes, and it's just a regular class thing. But in some other ways, I don't think it should be an option, because I think too many people will actually use that option instead of not. So there won't be enough people. So overall, I say no at all. Now that when I was thinking about it, I mean, it could be an option, but I'd rather just be completely gone. So that's what I have to say about custom classes. I probably will talk about this more in the future, kind of discussing other things about it. And I may have another video of this kind talking about other more minor parts of the game that I think should be improved on or not improved on. It shouldn't be touched at all. But that's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel in the middle of Darth Vader there, and I would greatly be appreciated. I do also want to make some gaming videos. I still need to get a gaming software for it. Trying to get one that's free. If you know one that's free, please put that in the comments below. And again, I also want to hear kind of what ideas you have, or what certain things that you think should be changed or stay the same in the new Star Wars Battlefront. What should it be more modern? Should it stay more Star Wars Battlefront-like, or should it just kind of be in the middle? Please comment below. I love looking at comments and stuff from videos. Thank you for watching this video again, and subscribe to my channel, and always remember one thing: never underestimate the power of the dark side.